so it's pretty easy. I bought some cheap tires from Walmart. Not really expensive. They last about 3 months. Well, let me see. I got it, what, early May? So, May, June, July, August, 4 months? 4-ish months. So, these are the Blackburn 27.5 mountain bike tire. Nothing's fancy, nothing special, just something to get on the bike. Just put our tires out there. Just using something effective. This is the bike. So the main one we're worried about is the front. The reason is because we got a flat yesterday. So. Take that off. I'm going to re-grease the skewer and put it back on. How is that still in pen? That's crazy. Alright. As you can tell, deflated. And, what is that? What is that? Don't care about that. And that's to flip the camera around, which I'm not doing. So, I'm pretty sure these use a couple of tire levers. Just standard Goodyear valve tubes. Nothing crazy. Should have brought my knife with me. We usually carry one all day long, but not today apparently. Tire levers. That's what I'm looking for. They're plastic. They're junk. They're throwawayable, but keep them if you got some. Could be used for a good old time machine. Just makes it easier. That's all. Actually, I need one for the truck, so we'll keep this cap for the trigger valve. Actually, this rim tape, being off center is kind of shit, but other than that, it looks good. Yeah, I'm not using tubeless, so it don't look bad. It don't look great. It don't look bad. So that'll stay. Carpet, because let's not ruin the finish. Alright. I forgot my bike pump, didn't I? Yeah, I'll think get that in a minute. That's okay then. Should have grabbed my flush cuts too. Pretty aggressive tread, but not very tall, as you can see. But give me 1 second, I'm gonna grab some stuff. Sorry about that. I know I just came in to grab flush cut stick for the tires. Where did I put that tire? Alright, so let's cut this open. Get it stretched out here, unfolded. There you go. These are directional, I think. Gotta find the arrow. There is one. I don't see an arrow. Maybe they're not directional. I thought these were directional. I don't see anything. Sorry for any. Oh, here it is. Right here. Here it is. So it goes this way. Pretty simple. So you kind of want to do a thing like this. The arrow is facing the non-disc side. There's only one arrow on these, which is weird. Usually on both sides, but it happens. It cheapens the tire. Why not? It doesn't cheapen the tire in the sense of durability and quality. Another marking isn't really needed. You know how that goes. So, I was going to shoot a video yesterday, a mountain biking video, but I got a flat really early on. And these do have puncture protection. For how cheap they were, it's pretty good. I don't know how good it is, but we'll find out, won't we? Well, this back tire, I'll show you. This back tire is one of these. So I've had no problems with it, besides tread wear. Tread wear is very slow on these, or very fast on these. They're not super grippy or anything. They're just run-of-the-mill, cheap mountain bike tires. They stick pretty good when they're new. So on and so forth. Nothing crazy fancy about them. Ugh, inner tube time. That's usually low, they just stick together. So I went and got my bike and my bike pump and my what do you call it? Flush cuts. So we could do this. Pump this up a little bit to make it easier to get into the tire. Stick it in my pocket. No, I don't have a workshop. I mean, I do, but it's full of other stuff. But yeah, this is usually how I do stuff. I need a bike stand. I'll say that. Just make it round. We'll lower some of the PSI. Which isn't very much. Pump it up like that. And where's the valve? Yeah, I know people have a particularity when it comes to setting up their tires. I don't personally give a shit. The valve doesn't have to match the valve doesn't have to match anything, up to anything or anything like that. So I just don't care. But if people do, then good for them. They can do their thing. But I don't give a shit. It's just the reality. That's it. Let's flatten this some more. There we go. Take the valve back up. There's a spider. You'd think I would have left it out longer than that. Thanks for the like. Left it out longer than that. I have a spider on it. Well, that's my truck that has spiders in it, which that's not good either. This one's a little bit harder to put into place with the tube. This is the rim shape, it's not as wide. Yeah. trying to get everything in that one little channel. And when the channel is smaller, it's not as easy to do. Now these tires are thinner than my originals. Mine were 2.2s, which is the front one was, and the rear, these are 2.1, I think, unless they changed them. Yeah, 2.1 inch wide. So whatever that is in the metric scale, figure that out. I used to know how to do the metric, shift the metric rather quickly. These are tight when you first get them. So tire levers are a must in this case. Maybe not. I'm working in there without tire levers. So you can keep going. Oh wow, get it. Very cool. Very cool. We got it set up. Now let's pump it up. Well, let's put the screw in for the pressing valve. The little ring, a lock ring for it. Right on. Alright, cool. And then we're gonna pump it up, make sure everything's set right, direction's right. Always check if they're directional. If you don't, you're kind of screwed. When you put them back on, you have to do it all over again. And if it's tubeless, well, have fun with that. Let's sweat my butt off. It's pretty warm out here today. But then again, I do some eat and all that. It's gonna be putrid cooking. So, we should clean up after this. Nothing crazy though. Just a pan and a plate. Actually, you could probably make these tubeless. Put enough tape on them. Leave the old tape there because it's pretty good looking actually. If you got it new. So the newer ones, whatever they are. I'm using this here to make things easier for myself. Not hold it the whole time. And then flip the bike point. Unscrew the valve. Put this down on the valve. Lock it into place. And then just pop it up to about 30 psi. That's usually what I ride, 30. Nothing crazy. Well, actually, I've had pretty good mirror tubes at 25 too, but I only use that when it's like really like big to give myself a bigger footprint. Yeah, it's pretty good. A little higher than I want it, but it's pretty good. It's pretty solid. Everything looks in place. Inner tube, where'd the cap go? Good cap, gotta tighten this up a little bit more. It came undone with the inflation. Alpha 2. I don't like this is one of the reasons why I don't like pressing valves right here. This right here. I get it for tubeless, but we can make a Schrader valve like this. I like Schrader valve because it works on everything in America. That's why I like it. Check the greasiness of the skewer. You put some fresh grease if it's a little too dirty. It's not exceptionally dirty, but dirty enough to give it new grease. So, just dirty enough. That's really what it is. Alright. Where's my rag? Wipe off the old grease. You don't have to do crazy stuff to clean them, like get a degreaser and stuff. You just gotta wipe them off most of the time. So, and clean off the threads of the old grease. Get that dirt out of there for the most part. For the skewers, just stick that here. I don't have a table over here. Just use that. So used to just doing whatever, wherever. Springs, I'll probably just keep the way they are. I'll be cleaning the end caps to everything. And then putting grease on everything. Just to stop corrosion. Mostly that, and to make things operate smoothly. It's important. Most people don't realize how important that is to operate stuff smoothly like that. See, like this pretty dirty grease. That was green originally. Now it's black. So greasy, dirty grease. That's all it is. Dirty grease. So how I do this and how other people do this, or it's probably different, because I just take my tube of grease, take my skewer, the hole in the tube of grease I usually cut big enough to stick the whole skewer in. Stick it in like that. Rub it up here and in the hinge spot too. That way it moves, operates smoother. This has got a little grease there. It's probably gonna collect more grease, like so. See it like just building up there, and just perfect, in my opinion. Anything to make things easier working on bikes. That's just the way I see it, man. Alright, slide this in. Now I got grease all in my hands. Take this, any grease on your hands, just put it in here, like so. Rub it in. Scoop. Rub in. Where'd that spring go? Put spring here. Boop, boop, boop. People put these in backwards all the time. It's kind of crazy. People just don't pay attention when they take apart stuff, I guess. I do, though, because it's part of my job. It's my normal day job. Fixing stuff. Mostly laptops and smartphones. But I do know a lot of mechanic stuff, too. I usually put a little bit of preload on, so I know they're level. If they're not level, it's too tight. It's too tight. Just back up the screw a little bit every time it's too tight. This is supposed to be pretty easy, not super hard to do. A little more. There we go. The rim is slightly out of true. Not doing that today though. It's ever so slightly. It's not enough to give a shit, to be honest. Could also be the tire hasn't set in right, too. Don't forget that. Not all tires are created equally. Where do I... Oh, chat isn't up. Why isn't chat up? So, I can see chat, right? It's supposed to, but it is what it is. So that's the first tire. Easy enough. Easy enough. Just doing something while goofing off, mostly. Now for the rear. Let me wipe that off real quick so I don't have a bunch of grease hanging off my hood. Because that's kind of silly. But yeah, anything to make the bike operate smoother and all that. I gotta do the seat clamp too. The quick release seat clamp. There we go. Really perfect, just less greasy. So I'm not sticking my hands in a pile of grease when I have to take off the front tire. Beautiful, beautiful. Pull this forward. Okay. Because now we're going to do that. I'll move this over a bit. Now we're going to do this. So, pretty easy. I lost a cap to mine, so I should buy some metal ones that don't break easy. Because the ones that came with the tubes were plastic. It's just like it. If you're watching, hit like if you like what you're watching. Hit subscribe. I have a mountain biking channel too, but that wasn't set up for live streams yet, so I'll do that later. But I will be posting this there. Okay, so these are pretty set in this way. Pull up the derailleur. If you have a lock, use it. If you don't, just hold it up. But if you're going to do that, make sure you don't unlock it until, or don't lift it up until you undo the skewer. Ooh, okay. Where's this? Ooh, this might be bad. Let me check it. No, not yet. I've been a million of these. A million, it feels like. Not really a million, but we'll re-grease it even though it doesn't need to be done. Because I did it recently. But we'll re-grease it anyways. just to keep it nice and greased. And that's a little windy back here, plastic, by the way. Get back in the box so you can wipe my hands off. Get dirty stuff. Just don't touch your brakes when your hands are greasy if you're just brakes, really. I know it's a little bit of a myth that if you have a little bit there, it'll burn off. It probably will, but better safe than sorry, in my opinion. Ooh, you're feeling pretty stiff, Chad. Needs to be cleaned, I guess. I had to clean the bike in a bit. Okay. And while you're here, you might as well take anything out of the cassette, like grass or large pieces of dirt you see, things of that nature. Just look at it and we're good. Cool. So, unseat the tire, because this isn't easy. On this set, I'll probably use a tire lever on this wheel, because this wheel is different from the stock wheels. A little bit more of that stuff out of there. Not really. I have to remove the tube, but I'm not replacing it. The tube's good. That's why. There it went. In my pocket it goes. So I don't lose it. So, I'll lift up this edge. Another one. Just start pulling. Hopefully it pulls it. It does. Very cool. Now it's just fighting with the rim friction. This rim's actually really nice. I like these JAG rims. Their hubs are smooth. They come in all the standard sizes, and they have a 35 millimeter hub with HG spline, free hub, so you can use 12 gear transmissions, 1x12s or 11 or 10 or whatever takes HG. HG is a pretty good standard. It's worked out for most of the biking world. Now, I did a bad tape job on this, but actually with a tube in there, pushing it up against it doesn't look too bad. Now mine, I just used Stan's no tube tape because I had some laying around. Yeah, but yeah, I know I'm not going tubeless, all that blah, blah, blah. And I didn't set it up good. I just put it in there so it didn't pop the tube. So it looks better now. It's been pressurized. But you can tell it's off. See, it's not centered. But it was just hit the inner tube. So I'm not going tubeless with these yet. Yep, that's concrete. Let's put it on the not concrete carpet over here. The back, the carpet for the door. Alright, so first take out old tube. It's just like stuck. Check for leaks real quick. So the way I do that is I just hook it up to the pump. It hasn't leaked. But if you want to check for them, hook it up to the pump. Hopefully your pump has a gauge, which mine does. Just put it like 10 or 20 psi or whatever. And just let it sit and see how much leaks out. Yep, it's a 10. So just let it sit and let it see how much leaks out. And now for the other tire. No dirty. No dirty. Where did I put that other tire? Ah, right there. And Again, cheap tires. It lasts about 4. It lasts me about 4 months. 3 to 4 months. I didn't take exact dates. So. And this is just because this one's getting pretty bald. There's a lot of bald spots. So that's why I'm changing it out. Now, some people will say, you can still ride on that. You can. But when it gets wet around here, a lot of it's clay. So any bald spots mess you up in the end. Of course the AC comes on. Sorry about the background noise. But it is what it is. There's the arrow. I think it was on this side. Let's see. Oh, it wasn't this side. It might have been this side. Yep, this is the arrow. So, we want to go like so, with the drivetrain facing out. So that's what we're going to do. These are a little bit easier this time around. Hopefully fix that issue. These are real tight to put on. They might have gave it extra little bit of rubber just to help it seal things easier to get at least one side in easier. There we go. Tube has constant real pressure. So take it out and then just deflate it. It's gonna take a while because there's a lot of air in there. This is taking longer to drown like 2 of my tools. See what happens when you don't prepare? It takes longer to do this stuff. It actually doesn't take very long. It's about a 20-minute job usually. If I'm not talking to the camera and stuff, I do it like that. So. Here's for repairing bikes. Here we go. Easy job. Just gotta have tubes and tires. Or just tires and then sealant. That's enough. Poofy enough. I'm gonna have to unpoof the tire anyways. Where's the step like this? Stem bolt underneath the nut. I gotta keep an eye on this one too, because I don't have the cap for this anymore. It broke off, I guess, riding, because I just saw the ring up top. So I guess the top broke off. And, that's another reason why I don't have the custom valves. I've always broken the caps. I've always broken the, I've also broken the stems. Granted, that's partially me riding, or just me riding in sketchy areas with a lot of sticks and branches and such. But, it's not very fun to lose the cap, because then it looks weird. And it doesn't stop this nut from falling off. So, let's give her some of this air. A bit too much. Should be better. What is it? That's not the TV, it was too good. If you've got the grip strength of a farmer, it'll take you places. Some guys, man, farmers and blue collar guys. I wish I was still in the blue collar trades. I'm not. I definitely lost grip strength since then. even with working out here and there and exercising and mountain biking, where you death grip sometimes without even realizing it. Definitely get out of that habit as soon as you can. Because even I do it from time to time, so it's rare, but I do it. It's not good though. Not good at all. Let's see what color. Let's see. Surprised it's a slide not as easy as it is. Here comes the hard part, I guess. Yep. Alright. So tire leverage are going to be here. Be gentle, don't put a hole in your tube with the tire lever. I've done it before. You know, whether the flathead screwdriver was actually tire lever. Pretty easy to do. So it's just this rim they don't like. They work good once you get them on there. Sorry for all the sweat. Sweat a lot. Let's have that. Good. There we go. Alright, so again, just set it back in the bike. Set it up the time. Alright. Pretty on there, but I'm going to 30. That's where that at. Not good. Almost. I don't have a cap, so I'm not putting the cap on. Make sure that holds tight. Everything feels good. Time for some skier greasing. This grease isn't that old, but I'm just going to do it again anyway, just in case I don't do it later. It's good to do that kind of stuff, just basic maintenance stuff. Like grease and all that. And we'll grease the what's it called? The seat quick release. Because mine is rusty. And it shouldn't be. So, just like I did with the other one, do the same thing. Just stick the skewer in to the tube and just stick it in there and just, yeah, we got it. Oh, that's clean. I'll keep those springs greasy because they don't need to be cleaned out. Pretty clean. So, again, more. Nothing perfect, just something to keep grease on there. And then when you put the ring that it uses to tighten, it'll help you coat the whole thing. And people are going to say that's too much grease, blah, blah, blah. Or they have a little bit too much, then not enough. Corrosion sucks. In any aspect of this hobby. So, rather have a little extra, as long as it's not going to my brakes, than have no extra, because that's a waste of grease, or that's this, or that's that. Well, my stuff isn't as corroded, so hopefully it stays that way. So, put a little grease on here. there. Tighten it. Yeah, grease my fingers while tightening it. So, get that sitting up there. Okay. There we go. It's too tight. That's perfect. Cool. You just do it by feel. You'll figure it out when you start playing with the skewers. Now, if you have a normal through axle, that's even easier. Just don't ever tighten, just like you wouldn't with a skewer. Right? Pretty simple to figure out. Now I run opposites on skewers because I want it out of the way to the railer and the disc. But I only get one choice in the back, which is either the disc or the derailleur. In the front, you get to choose the disc, the non-disc side. So I leave it away from the derailleur on the back side, personally. Oof. And there we go. Nice new tires, pumped up. Good PSIs. Probably go for a ride a little later. And then that is it. The skewer. I did a skewer too. Or not the skewer, the quick release. See, quick release. Of course I did that. And I left my derailleur locked. There we go. Perfect. And of course I put it there. Why wouldn't I set it there? Is that grass? What is it? I don't know what that was. Ooh, I was ready to get a pair of pliers now, so. I just squirted my hands with some alcohol, but so get the grease off and to where it's like, oh, we'll let you do that. There we go. This is why I over grease and why I should have did it with this a long time ago. I just never did. See all that? All that rust? That's why I over grease. Say what you want about it, but it stops corrosion. I also haven't done it to this in like well over a year, so ooh, it's a little tighter, but we can get in there. Do the same thing we always do, and just there wasn't enough grease on that at all. A little dab, a little touch, so it's too much. That's okay. There we go. Put it around there. Where's the rag? There it is. Alright, and just slide it up on there. Get it greasy. Put that there. Get some grease on the back side of the other nut of the adjustment. Right. Get some grease back there. Wipe off my finger. Again. A lot of clean your hands after this. Tighten it on. So you know your specific setting you want. That's too loose. That should be good. Now that's all greased up, it'll run good and not feel like a pain in the ass to try and move. Yep, feels way better. Not perfect, but better. Okay. Actually, I need to put my seat back up. It was descending, and that's what I got flat, so I just walked out, put it out. Good enough. Yeah, that's good. Because you know I'm going to climb first the next time I go out. So, at least a little bit. There's always a little bit of a climb first. Right? So, that is finished. Wipe off the extra grease. And there you go. I've got a fork in the front, so it's not gonna bounce the rake, but it's suspension for it. Yeah, everything's holding air. Everything looks set. All of them look like they're in the feed. Oh yeah, tires are done. Okay, thanks for watching. I was just bored, figured I'd do something short real quick, something fun. See you later.